once you make this adjustment here to get your calibrate light to turn on, that's the first step in the process. And while you're doing that, don't really pay attention to what these lights are doing. It's irrelevant at this point. So once we get set up to where we're in that sweet spot, we will calibrate for this material. What that's going to do is say, okay, whatever thickness it is, let's call that okay. So we hit the calibrate button. Now we're calibrated for this thickness of material. So as this thickness gets greater, as in a seam passes by, we see the seam detection light up, and also inside there a relay clicked that will signal the machine. Now the seam detector, even though I let go of it, it stays on for 3 seconds. So we make sure that the machine has time to read the relay that's clicked inside there, and we don't want that to happen too fast and the machine misses the whole the relay. So if we get too close to the material, we're no longer really sensing for a seam because we're out of calibration. So we've got a green light down here that says I've marked it as too thin. Really, we're just too close to the plate. Something's happened with either the material is no longer in calibration. Something's wrong. When the material is running normally, we should see the yellow OK light right here. And as we encounter a seam, it raises that shoe and gives us a seam detection light. Okay. Now, while you're running, you may find that you're either missing seams or the thing keeps shutting your machine down even though there's not a seam there. This dial right here is a sensitivity adjustment. If you turn it this way, the system is less sensitive to changes. So you will need to see a bigger seam pass by in order to trigger the detector. If you bring it this way, it's going to be more sensitive. So that's something that you're just going to have to play with while it's running to see if we can get a stable system that continues to run when there's no seams but catches every seam that goes through. So it does catch it pretty quick, and you can see it stays on for 3 seconds. Even though that seam whipped by there in a couple of milliseconds, we still hold that relay and that light on for 3 seconds no matter what.